Hello, I'm Robbie Fowler and you're watching Redmen TV.
Hello and welcome to the Redmen TV. It's the Uncensored Match Build Up show ahead of Liverpool's away game at Newcastle at the St James's Park, or what's it called now? Sports Direct Arena, sackpardew.com Arena. I can't keep up with Newcastle fans, but I do love Newcastle fans. Respect to Newcastle fans because
their owner rather is trying to buy Rangers as well now, isn't he?
You're kidding, hasn't
he? Well, effectively he's done it, yeah.
So Rangers are going to be on a closing down sale as well now? Yeah. Bloody hell. I do feel for Newcastle United fans, man. They're just put through the wash.
They'll liquidate the company and then bring out another name and all that.
It's just ridiculous, man. I feel so sorry for them because this guy's had this like reign of terror that's gone on for a few years now. He's just the worst owner, and they're like one of the best fan sets that you can have. Yeah. And I really do feel for Newcastle fans.
Maybe they all hope that he'll go and look after Rangers instead and leave them alone.
It's just insane. Like, anyway, Newcastle form in all competitions, lost, drawn, 1-1-1. They've turned the corner
in the last week. Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
What? I mean, the League Cup victory against City 2-0 at Manchester City is just brilliant. Because although it was not Manchester City's full strength team, it was not a weak side.
No, Man City don't have a weak side. I think they play Man City at the right time, didn't they? Because City are having a bit of a dip in form at the moment, and Newcastle
confidence.
Yeah, and Newcastle are always going to be. I mean, that's on the back of winning away at Spurs as well. The tails are going to be up, and I mean, I watched bits of the game, and they deserved, in every sense, to go through. City huffed and puffed.
I saw the highlights, and they did look more up for it than City.
Yeah.
I think the win at Tottenham was quite impressive because I know Tottenham have been rubbish, haven't they?
Was that 2-1 away?
It was 2-1 away, but they were 1-0 down when they had half time, and they'd only won one game in God knows how many, Newcastle. To actually then be able to come back from a goal down says a lot about their character.
Yeah, it does. It does, and I think it's so strange because they've only got 2 wins in the Premier League this season. Both of them have come in the last week, basically against Leicester and obviously against Tottenham as well, and they're basically doing it without their star player in Papa Cisse because he's been injured, hasn't he? And before that, he got 4 goals in 4 games for them. So it's really impressive that they have sort of turned that corner now. And I'm looking forward to Liverpool playing Newcastle because when I see Newcastle United and I see those fixtures at the beginning of the season, I see 6 points. That's all I see from Newcastle.
Someone's making a vine out of that, mate.
That's fine. Like, I've had worse fines, mate, to be honest with you, than me saying Liverpool are going to win 6 points against Newcastle. There you go. That's a stupid picture for the end of it. But look, going on to Newcastle, we'll do a little bit of a danger man focus now. So if we can have that graphic on the screen, please, Dave. Fade that shit in right there. Are we on?
No.
Hey! Woo! Danger Man graphic. I don't know loads about Newcastle, so I've gone with Gabriel Obertan. But look, Newcastle are 14th in the Premier League now. They've won 2, drawn 2, lost 1. Not in that order in the league. They've won the last 2 in the Premier League. I've put Gabriel Obertan because I think, from what I've seen of Newcastle, he seems to be making them click now. A player that, has been basically shit since they signed him from Manchester United. Obviously a good turning this season around. Someone that Pardew's spoken about in the press now. He scored 1 goal, 1 assist in only 3 starts and 2 substitute appearances, and they're only 4 points behind Liverpool now. Mike, I know that you had different feeling about who their danger man is. So who do you think their danger man is?
Only from watching them against Man City. The young lad that they bought in from Bristol City, Rolando Aarons. They brought him in from Bristol with a big reputation, England under-20 striker. Got injured, never had a chance to make an impact, and he come off the bench, I think, against Tottenham, and he tore Man City apart the other night. So if Pards is going to go with 4 players, we better be prepared to be facing him because he's like a bit like Berahino in that kind of he's that young English quick centre forward. So it could be another danger man for us.
Is Sammy Amiobi a danger man?
He scored against Tottenham, didn't he?
He did, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
He came off the bench as well.
He did, yeah. He did. So, look, as nice as that is, first of all, I'm going to have to go into the... what's this branded as, Dave? I've totally forgotten, mate.
Dave's question of the week.
Dave's question of the week. There's another line for you at home. It's what?
Trivia question.
Trivia question, that's what we'll call it. Teams have been calling that for 4 years. You can tell I normally just switch off when this comes on, can't you, Dave? Right, okay. So the trivia question is, Liverpool have scored more goals against Newcastle United in the Premier League, that's 84, than versus any other opponent. The Reds have also scored 598 goals away from home in Premier League history, and no fixture in Premier League history has produced more goals than clashes between Liverpool and Newcastle with 129. Which Liverpool player was bought by 2 Liverpool number 7s and bought and sold by Graham Souness?
Fucking hell.
And so, if you get that right, I'll do that one more time. Liverpool have scored. I can try. Liverpool have scored more goals against Newcastle in the Premier League, that's 84, than versus any other opponent. The Reds have scored 598 goals away from home in Premier League history. No fixture in Premier League history has produced more goals than clashes between Liverpool and Newcastle United with 129. But disregarding the above, because it's completely non-involved in the question, it's complete and utter guff. Which player was bought by 2 Liverpool number 7s and bought and sold by Graham Souness? And for bonus point, who were the Liverpool number 7s that bought them? Anyway, moving on to Liverpool Football Club. How do you think Liverpool will line up against Newcastle, Mike?
How do I think or how do I hope?
How do you hope?
Do you want me to go through it line by line? I think Mignolet will come back in. Although, what did Brad Jones do wrong in midweek? What does Brad Jones offer us that Mignolet doesn't? It's much more just for me to keep it, but it'll be Mignolet. Right back, I think Manquillo deserves to keep his place.
Even with Madrid on the horizon?
Even with Madrid on the horizon, because I'm convinced he'll play Johnson at right back against Madrid. Centre halves, I think Colo should stay in, but he won't. He'll go back to Skelton and Lovren. Mm-hmm. Left back, Moreno will come back in off the bench. Gerrard will come back in midfield, preferably with a diamond. Hendo one side, Coutinho the other, Sterling at the top of the diamond, behind the front two of Balotelli and Barini.
Okay. John, what do you think on that one then?
I think Madrid may well have a bearing on the side, and he may well keep some players back for that. Whether Coutinho gets get back or not, I don't know. He played in midweek. He might want to make sure that he's fresh for Madrid. So I don't know. I'm hoping he plays 2 up front, because I don't think we play very well with 1.
Is it Balotelli and Lambert or Balotelli and Barini for you?
After the other night, I think I would play Barini because of his pace and his all-round movement. But, Ricky did well when he came on as a sub against Hull. I think he changed Mario's game a lot. Mm-hmm. So that may be worth a shout as well. I don't know. Again, with Madrid in mind, Barini's more likely to be useful in Madrid, I think, than Ricky. I don't know. I wouldn't like to be Rodgers for this one, actually.
No, it is a tough one, isn't it? Because I think the first thing that I think is our form player at the moment, for me, there's 3 form players. You got Lallana, you got Coutinho, and you got Raheem Sterling. Now, Coutinho was the only player for me that stood out against Real Madrid. Mm-hmm. And so I would definitely want him playing against Madrid, because I think he looked confident enough to go past players, and that made a big difference to how we played against Madrid. Yeah. So I would probably either be tempted to throw Allen back in the mix for this game, although I again think that he'd be a player that we'd need against Madrid, or Lallana to come back in. But it is difficult, and I'm with you guys. I totally want to see Fabio Barini up front, because actually Fabio Barini scored 3 goals against Newcastle, and it's the only team in the Premier League that he scored more than 1 goal against. So it's obviously a team, happy hunting ground, as you might say. I think
in one way as well, considering how we got our backsides handed to us against Madrid last time we played them, we need to keep winning in the league.
Yeah,
I think we need to disregard Madrid in midweek, and we need to concentrate on Newcastle and win that game, because let's face it, it's
more important, isn't it?
It is, to me. I think it is more important. Probably it's more important that we finish in the top 4 again next season. I think the way our groups worked out in the Champions League, I mean, no one's really expecting us to go to Madrid and win. We could go, if we go and get a point, that's a good result.
It's blind out.
Yeah, it's blind out. Yeah. But the way we got lucky with the Ludogorets Basel result, which means that even if we lose to Madrid, it's still in our own hands if we go and beat them 2 teams. So I think we've just got to focus on the league. We've got to go out and smash Newcastle and get the win, and then worry about Real Madrid.
Yeah, it's a really interesting point, isn't it, John? Because we've sat here already discussed what we'd like to see from the Liverpool side, and every one of us has mentioned Madrid. I think Mike's actually spot on, because we need to win in the league, and that's more important.
I agree with that, but at the same time, I think Rodgers is thinking to himself, and the owners are thinking to themselves, we've spent a lot of money giving ourselves enough players to play in both competitions and make a good fist of it. So Rodgers' job is to manage his squad over 2 games, and he can't disregard Real Madrid for any reason, really. He's got to be looking to win both of them. He's never going to win in Real Madrid, I don't think, but he can't afford to think like that, can he?
But if we could sneak a point against Madrid, that could be the breakthrough in the group.
I remember when, years ago, I was going to see Liverpool play at Stoke, and it was fogged off. So we decided, well, we'll go and watch a football match somewhere. Where should we go? Well, Blackburn had just been to West Ham and beaten them 8-0 or something. So we thought, we'll go there at Ewood Park. They're going to win like 20-0 or something. It's going to be brilliant. And they went, and they got beat. West Ham beat them. So just because Real tore us a new one the other night doesn't mean the same's going to necessarily happen doubly when we get to the Bernabeu. So
it's true, isn't it? Right, back onto Newcastle though, because we all want to talk about Real Madrid because it's a huge game, isn't it? But we are disrespecting Newcastle a little bit. Liverpool have won 4 and lost 1 of their last 7 Premier League games against the Magpies, drawn 2. However, Newcastle United have won 2 and lost just 1 of their last 4 home games against the Reds in the Premier League. So does it look like they've already started to turn the corner now in the Premier League, and it looks like their form against us at whatever the frigging stadium's called, St James's Park, let's just keep calling it that, it's turned the corner. Are you worried about how Newcastle was set up for this game, or do you think they'll just go gung-ho like they always do?
They'll go gung-ho like they always do. They don't play any other way, do they? They go and try and outscore you. And I think St James's Park is, with the 6-0 win aside, it's a difficult ground for us to go to. I can think back to when Pardew first took over, wasn't he? Andy Carroll was there when Andy Carroll played for them, and they battered us. Last season was 2-2, wasn't it? And we were lucky. We were playing against 10 men.
They tend to go either one way or the other, don't they? They either murder us or we murder them.
Yeah.
It's one or the other, and I don't know which one this is. Let's hope it's we murder them.
Well, the thing is, it scared me when Mike said they're going to try and outscore us because we can't frigging score.
Yes,
and we can't defend.
Won't be difficult, will it?
You just need to get 1, and we're probably done, to be honest.
Well, maybe Mario's off the mark now, and Barini's hitting some form. Maybe we'll score lots of goals.
That would be lovely. I would absolutely love it if we could score a few goals. I'm just glad that Papa Cissé's not playing. To be honest, I hope that he doesn't play, because I think out of all the strikers in the Premier League at the moment, he's got the best goal to minute ratio. He's scoring a goal every 61 minutes in the Premier League at the moment, which is just scary.
Which is surprising, really, because he was shite for them last season. He had that really good spell when he came in, didn't he? And he was scoring anything he touched at the back of the net, and then he disappeared.
Well, they got rid of Demba Ba on the back of his form, didn't they?
And Demba Ba was a player that was firing on all cylinders for Newcastle, wasn't he? So it's a bit of a strange one, because I look at Newcastle's transfer policy, and it's probably a little bit lazy to say that they just buy French players, but they always seem to have a really bad window and a really good window, and they follow it up, and it seems like they've gone back to the really good window this time. It could just change it for them.
Yeah, they brought a lot of players in again, and it's like with us though, it takes time for players to bed in and get used to playing, and it seems to be now that it's all starting to click together for them.
They've been awful all season. They've been calls for the manager's head, they've been calls for the owner to leave. It looked like absolute chaos, and it looked like they were just heading straight down, didn't it? And then suddenly, in a week, they've sort of turned everything around. So
it's amazing what just a couple of wins back to back in the Premier League can do. Because look, we've won 2 and drawn 1 in our last 3 now, but that's skyrocketed.
We're on a run of one win. It's great.
Right, so I'm going to ask you all, and if you're a Newcastle fan, please vote for us as well. We're going to go to the FBA's graphic now, Dave, so if you get that one on the screen for me, please. As you're probably well aware, because we've been banging this drum for weeks now, we're in the finals of the Football Blogging Awards is the best hashtag video blog. Please copy what it says on the screen, if it still says it on the screen, and type that into your Twitter. Go over to the website as well, vote for us there, please, because we're up against Manchester United fan channel, Full-Time Devils and Arsenal Fan TV, and we want to snot them, we want to bloody their nose up, do you know what I mean? So please go over there and do vote for us. I'm just going to ask from the lads, in fact, no, we'll go to the trivia question answer. So the question of the week. Dave's question of the week. Which player was bought by 2 Liverpool number 7s and bought and sold by Graham Souness?
Craig Bellamy?
Nope.
I think I've got it.
Go on.
Did he have a long blonde mullet?
He did.
Was his name Barry Venison?
His name was Barry Venison. Well done, Mike, for looking at my page. So that was the trivia question, and score predictions for the Liverpool Newcastle game, please, lads. Mike, I'll come to you first, mate.
2-1 to Liverpool.
2-1 to Liverpool. Goal scorers. We're in depth now. The polls are there.
Barini and Balotelli.
Balotelli, the Bab. John.
3-0.
2.
Liverpool.
Yes. Goal scorers.
Mario.
Yeah.
Hat-trick.
Oh, shout! The deluded shout of the week goes to John Machin for a Mario Balotelli
I
hat-trick.
decided that we need to support Mario.
Blind faith.
Yeah. We need to just support and be nurture him. We should have all worn Mario Balotelli shirts today and show them we love him.
I am under this.
Show we love him.
Yeah, I'm going to be nice about him now.
That's because of all the hate you've been having since you said what you said on the fan reactions, unfortunately. Sorry about that, Mike. I'm going to go for a 2-1 victory to Liverpool. And I'm going to go... What did you do? Barini and Balotelli? I'm going to go Balotelli and Barini then. We've all chosen Balotelli to score anyway. Thank you for joining us so much on the Uncensored Match Build Up. We'll be going live. 1 hour before kick-off. I was just basically me trying to prove that I'm not a wool to everybody. We'll be going live 1 hour before kick-off, before the Newcastle game. Please join us there. We'll be on YouTube. We'll be reading out Twitter comments. We'll be reading out YouTube comments as long as they're not filled.
I can recommend it.
Oh, you watched it? You did. Yeah, did you enjoy that?
Brilliant.
Yeah, a little shout out for John Machin while he was on his sunning himself. It'll be fantastic. It's going to be a whole shindig, and then we're going to change it up slightly. This is more for the subscribers. We'll be doing the final word show on Sunday. Mike Atkinson will be co-hosting it with Steve Hall, Craig, Ozzy Austin and Jack Hart will be on the show. And they'll be doing the pre-match build-up, the uncensored match build-up to Real Madrid, while me, John and Paul, I've nearly forgotten his name then, he's been gone for like half a day, I've forgotten his name, we'll be going over to Madrid to get all the content from around there. If you are going over to Madrid, stay safe and come and meet us and record in the square in Madrid before the Liverpool match, and hopefully we'll see you on the final word show for Newcastle, and hopefully we'll have a win in the bag anyway. Don't forget to give the video a big thumbs up, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and just leave your comments below. Let us know what you think, who you think should start, whether Fabio Barini needs to play in this game, and whether Mario Balotelli will do an Iago Aspas and score a hat-trick. Again, thanks for joining us. Cheers. Yeah!